the HR associates and also all the CXOs of the companies here. So what I started my career with as a technology way back in 2000, ASP, .NET, SQL, HTML, and all. I thought, okay, my life is set. Next 10 years, I'm going to do only this. Did it help? No. Every year there was something or other new thing which started coming in. And now the pace is even faster. So even from HR perspective, you will also see that the technologies or the tools which will be there will keep on changing. But what is required is adaptability to these changes. So one more A I'm going to add, which is adaptability to the environment. Why environment? I would like to give you an example of COVID times. Pre-COVID times, the kind of hiring, employee engagement, um, and everything used to happen. It was mainly more than 90% everyone used to be in office. So all the plans from HR and initiatives, they used to be like in-person focused activities. Pandemic changed even that. So HR professionals also had to change their strategy in terms of how to keep the employees active, productive, and connected to the company culture. So you adapted to this new environment, new situation. So these things changes every time. And what is also required, one more is the attitude to learn every time. Technology will keep changing, it will come and go. Even Gen AI that we are talking about right now, there will be something in future, Gen AI plus plus or something, and the current ones will not be relevant. So always keeping learning the new technologies, the adaptability. Our president, our ex-president of NASCOM, she had told me in my induction, whatever you have learned so far, just forget it if you want to come here in NASCOM. So don't stick to your earlier knowledge. Always be ready to unlearn and learn. So this is not just for the tech industry, but also important from the HR perspective. Sorry, can you please again come back to the question I had?
So, no, you are on the dot. You are talking about how to adapt to the changing workforce and which skills would become important for them. So that was the topic. So you address those adaptability to environment changing. You spoke about attitude to learn and unlearn to learn. So these are the key takeaways from this answer. What I feel, I'll give you my example. Every day I spend 4 hours to 5 hours in just learning. Every day, whether it is early morning, whether it is afternoon, whenever I get, I ensure that 4 to 5 hours I learn some or the other things. And since the day, if you see my all the certifications, it is nothing a part of, because I keep learning new things and then I test it whether I'm to fit to get certified, and then I attempt and get passed. So what I'm talking to, when we are talking to students like you should not only stick to the curriculum what is being presented in front of you by the colleges. You should learn something out of the curriculum. As you rightly said, Gaurav rightly said, you have to learn many more things. It is not that only the curriculum. For example, AI part. It is not very difficult for to understand AI at this juncture, but start learning it. What is AI? How you can use AI in your day-to-day life. People are using mobile. There is a lot of access to information. But if I ask somebody what is that operating system, what is that version, what are those security features, whether you have blocked those security features, is your mobile prone to attack, nobody will know. But they are using, I think 50% may be using iPhone, 50% may be using Android. iPhone is a business phone, but why college students are using that? Because they can afford. But don't use technology for the sake of using technology. Understand, go in depth. Okay. So what she rightly said, unlearn to learn, and adaptability is the key. Okay. Now coming back to how it is learning which will make you, whether you are young or old. If you want to stay young, which I'm sure most of you would love to do that, then please continue learning. The day you stop learning, you will. So that is the way now industry is going. Yes, exactly. As you rightly said, when I completed my doctorate, my next question was what to do next. So I completed, I got the letter from the university on the 2nd of Feb, and 3rd Feb I started, searching what should I do. And 4th I took admission for CET, LLB CET. I passed out with in merit, and I got admission. And today I attend the lectures along with the students who are lesser in age than my son. Okay, but I don't mind. I don't mind sitting with them. Uncle, how are you? ऐसे करते हैं वो लोग. Okay, but I don't mind because I know what is my objective. My objective is very simple. Post 3 years down the line, I wanted to be LLB. I wanted to bring AI into law. So I'm working on AI. I have just recently completed a course in AI also. So my objective, so you have, what I'm trying to say is that you should have a bigger goal in life, what you want to achieve, and you have to pursue that, whether it takes time, whether it takes effort, whether it takes a lot of money. Don't bother about that. You only focus on the end goal. Okay. Okay.
Sorry. Bigger goals. So skills is not only the technologies which are required. On top of what Gaurav shared, being an HR, you should not be only thinking about the tactical or the regular operational activities or the pillars of the HR function, but also think, I mean, adding to what you said about the business acumen, it is very much important. So HR from the strategy perspective is very much important. Like HR should not be only looking after the human resource on a day-to-day basis or a annual basis, but HR, being HR, you should be also involved in planning the strategy or the business transformation for the organization. So understanding business is very much important, but when you keep yourself up to date with the business situations, environment, the technological advancements and everything, that is where the CXOs should also seek the inputs from the HR heads to plan the strategy from HR perspective. How HR can help to the business transformation of the organization.
Thank you. We'll continue that AI topic, Sharwari. What are the key challenges in implementing AI and automation in HR processes? Because we spoke about good things about AI. We wanted to know,
Challenges,
what are the challenges? Yeah.
I think last 3-4 years we've been, part of our HR transformational agenda. We continue to, try to infuse AI in entire employee life cycle. Start from recruiting, onboarding, then your, talent management engagement, and of course the exit process. The one critical thing which I feel becomes very important in an HR professional is the sensitivity, okay, around the data, okay, the sensitivity towards the security, because it's data, right? It's personal data of employees. If we apply GDPR, I don't know how much you people really understand, but because it's relevant, I want to mention it. I mean, we announced one, Kids Day activity, and you won't believe SEZ, area point of view, we can't even share the names of the kids. I'm not talking about age, I'm not talking about the gender or anything. It's that critical and important. Okay, so what I'm saying is when we are doing this, when we have this transformational agenda, the human aspect, wherein as a human being, an HR professional, I know that these are 10 things which I need to be careful when I'm doing any activity or any event or any session is planned. It is very important for me, being a knowledgeable person on that, my algorithm of AI, okay, should take care of those rules or guidelines. Okay, so when anyone is writing any program with related to AI and all, there has to be clarity about these guidelines. Okay, so for example, recruitment process. Okay, if I continue to share the historical data, and historical data had some biases, for some roles we say, okay, we want only women leaders. Okay, or maybe lower level we say, and I'm sorry, I'm not gender biased, but not strongly, I have read articles and I was talking to few senior leaders. They said that women, employee is always a multitasker. Okay, please excuse me. I'm really not in favor, but women colleagues are multitasking, so they can focus on their, your moms, your sisters, or anyone, right? We can focus on our household chores. At the same time, we are ambitious. We want to, uh, play different roles in the offices. We will be doing technical work at the same time. We want to participate in, talent show, everything, right? Put together. So there is certain level of bias, right? At times. So if my data, historical data, had that bias or that, conditioning in the data, uh, it will never ever allow me to have inclusivity when I'm hiring people. If I say, no, no, Mumbai people are like on the go, I want only Mumbai, located people. I cannot go to Bhubaneswar. I don't want, some other location people. What I'm saying is, if you want to have any any HR transformational agenda, it has to be inclusive, and it should give equal opportunities to anyone and everyone. If I'm saying, yeah, Mumbai people are like, when they catch the train, they're okay. They're faster and all. While Pune people are little, Bangalore people. They will not start their day for office early, but they will start their day, because I stayed in Bangalore, I'm saying, for puja and all spiritual stuff, they will wake up at 4 and 5. But they will not leave office at 7 or 8, when we want to catch that 7 or 8 train, right? Like Mumbai. So different region is different, right? In various aspects. So are we really giving equal opportunities when we are writing that algorithm? It's very important for me. So am I taking care of that? This is the biggest challenge. Okay. Plus, we have to have this, whatever algorithms are written, we should have a committee, okay, which is not biased. We continue to review that algorithm. Third important is you have to have budgets, because it's cost. And as he correctly said, not all the programs will give you 90% output. Maybe initially 10%, 20%. We always say it's 70, 80%, correct. And we continue to evolve. And I'll give you again on that chatbot example, because they will understand. So we created a chatbot which will address all the queries of policy related. And when I put a query, who is the CHRO of this organization? It was not giving me any data, because in those policies, we didn't mention the CHRO is Mr. XYZ. So look at what the input I'm giving and what is the output I'm getting. So input has to be right. So the functional expertise, we cannot exempt that. We can't discount that. It has to be there. It means we have to have learned people. We have to have, people who understand AI, people who understand, or the SMEs of HR. Then only your transformational agenda is going to be successful. So these are 3, 4 challenges I feel, ethic consideration, budget availability, return on investment, or, algorithm which are not biased, rules. These are 4, 5 challenges I have experienced, and I thought of mentioning it. I hope I answered.
Yeah, thank you,
Anyone
Sharvari, for
else
that.
want to-
Yes. Let's move on to third round. Gaurav, you are short of time, or it's okay. Okay. So the question which I want to ask is, how should an academic institute collaborate with industries to improve the quality of education? Because I am on the college development committee, and this is the big question always, the top management over here has, how to develop these students, to so that they becomes capable, to get into the corporate world, or how to, help them, place in the organization. So this is always remains a big question in front of them. So I think you come from this HR background, and you are the right person, I think, to address this question. Can you elaborate this? Yeah.
Yeah. So before I think few more people move out of the room, I think I'll keep it to you. Tell me, what is your expectation in terms of the industry besides the job? So job, I'm sure that is one of the major, I would say, the expectation that you have, that industry should come and give you a job. But besides that, what are the other expectations that you have? Let me hear out from you before I put forward my points. I'm sure you have 2 years of management program, right? So you would have certain expectations from the industries as well, considering that Vidyalankar is one of the prestigious institute that we have. So you would have certain expectations. So what are your expectations from the industry?
let's keep this interactive.
Yeah, dream companies definitely. I'm talking about what do you want? What do you want the industry to do for you? They will give you job, but before job, what should they do for you?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, please, ma'am. Okay. So platforms in what kind of platforms that you would look for? Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, the reason I'm taking is because ma'am just mentioned it has to be an inclusive one, right? So I'm just trying to make it this inclusive. Yeah, I'm sure, I think, see, what you've been doing or learning in your academic curriculum would be very different when it comes about deploying that particular knowledge or that skills in the organization. Because the way the curriculum get revised, if I put it in the mathematical formula, if that happens in the speed of X, industry is moving at a speed of 10X. So there is always going to be a gap in terms of what industry is doing and what you are going to study. And that is the reason I'm sure, if not all of you, but most of you will feel like Alice in Wonderland when you come there, because what you have studied is not going to be there, what you have been doing there. Okay, so that is the reason it's a need of an hour, sir, that industry should come forward to the campuses before the placement process, and they should share some of the practices which are happening in the industry. What are the things which are happening? What are the latest trend in the industry? What are their expectations? So that it's not that industry only comes and during the interview time and they hire people and they say that no, the quality was not as per what we wanted. It's the role of the industry also to come forward and help the not the college as well to improve the quality of education. And there can be multiple avenues on that. Maybe that would be a student development program, so they can come and conduct the sessions for the students, giving them the industry perspective of, like, for example, how Gen is getting implemented or how cloud computing works. Might be you would be having a theoretical subject, but industry will come and share the industry perspective of it. Second thing is, I'm sure faculties also would not be aware or acquainted with what is happening in the industry. And that is the reason they would not be able to percolate the communication to the students. So that is another role that industry can play, is doing a lot of faculty development programs. Having the train the trainer model, so that they can do it for the trainers, for the faculties, and faculties in turn can communicate or disseminate that particular information to the students so they are ready for the industry. Because guys, I'm telling you, the main need of the industry at this point of time is industry ready candidates. Gone are the days where they'll hire you, they will give you 2 or 3 months of training, and then they will put you to the projects. Gone are the days. We are into agile world. Okay, now we want not only industry ready, but we want industry ready deployable candidates. Right from day one, we can put you in the front of the customer. And that is the need. And that is the reason the markets have become very competitive. There was a days where people would come, as an organization would come, and they will hire 100, 200, 300 people. Now it's going to be very competitive based hiring. Like if I talk about TCS, we have stopped going to campuses. We have our national test where all the people, might be even if you coming from tier 1 versus the one coming from a rural area of India, we will have an equal opportunity to present yourself. And we have seen so many cases where students from a very good city are not getting that placements which a person from tier 2 or tier 3 is getting it. So it's going to be very competitive based hiring, and for that I'm sure you need to be industry ready, and for that industry need to come and do that. But industry will not come proactively. The training and placement team of the college need to have a good network with the industry to go and invite them that please you come for the placements, but before placements we also expect if you can help us with this. Might be if you can help us with the internship opportunities, because that is a platform where a lot of industry exposure is what you can really you can realize on that particular platforms. So again, that is some of the areas, like you mentioned about you being there in the committee for the development
Development,
opportunity.
CDC, yeah.
Yeah, CDC. Same way, I'm sure your institute would be having a lot of board of studies. They'll be having department advisory board. Let us have people from the industry on the advisory board who can come and ask and they not share their inputs in terms of how the curriculum should be revised. What are the activities that can be put up into the curriculum to make it more excited and relevant for the industry? I think all those collaborations are very, very important. And if that is not the case, then each one of us will blame. Industry will say that institute is not giving me the right profiles which I require. Institute will say that industry is not doing anything for us. There's always a blame game. So I think it's a really high time where they come, they handshake, and I think that handshake will really improve the quality of the education that is required.
Yes, Gaurav, well said. In fact, one of the agenda of the last CDC was that, we should have such a program where that will be required going forward. For example, prompt engineering. That was a suggestion made by me to the management, because going forward, we are talking about AI. AI adaptability will more depend upon how you put forth your questions to AI or Gen AI. Okay, that knowledge is lacking as of today. I know the current salary for a prompt engineer is 17 lakhs. Okay, that, and there are no students available or no candidate available. So that is what I suggested. Second thing, there was a suggestion from Mr. Deshpande, the college owner. He said that train the trainer, what you said, should be implemented, because that is the gap as of now. Because the professors or the faculties, they are not upgrading themselves, or they are not aware of the external world. What is the need of the hour? And there is a gap. So how we can even bring them to that level where they can percolate to the students. So that was the suggestion by Mr. Deshpande as well. So let's move on to the next. Yeah, please.
Yeah, from NASCOM perspective, so we have worked with the MeitY, government's MeitY department, and we have taken up the emerging technology specific job roles from the industry. And we work with them, and we have come up with the Future Skills Prime platform, which is accessible, like it is geofenced to India, to any student from any academia, from there till all the employees of the industry. Everyone can go and take those courses. So these are all about the emerging technology, and not just the technologies, but also all the functional trainings like the program management, problem solving, conflict management, negotiation, and also all these kind of skills are also there. So you all can go there, and I mean any of the students can go there, get trained, and also get assessed and certified. So that can also help the industry to at least validate that, okay, they are certified. That helps them to at least reduce the onboarding time. So that is one of the initiative that we have done for the Indian tech industry.
Thank you. So, yeah.
College institute people are here. In my past life, I was working with one fintech organization, and it was a product organization. And I was mentioning, when we were together. So we understood that the knowledge of the product is very critical, very complex. Okay. And the new joiners, whether they are trainee freshers or even laterals, they were taking really good amount of time, 3 months, 6 months kind of a thing, because our knowledge repository was also not very, in a right shape, I would say. What happened was, it came to my attention that, our infant attrition rate, in the sense people who joined and leaving within 6 months, was this reason, because they were not getting trained. And other associates were not really having enough time to really train these people. So what we did is, we went to some financial institutions wherein we gave our curriculum, which was our product syllabus completely for last 3 months of their, academic year. And our, senior people used to go there, train them on that product. And then they were like, getting hired by us after 3 months, last semester. And they were not 100%, but they were 60% there. And the confidence level of these people was really high. And it really, forget my attrition rate, but the experience was fantabulous. The relationship was fantabulous, not only with the institute, but with the, students as well. Just thought of, highlighting this. It makes a lot of sense if we are, so college can really work with, such organizations wherein they are really creating some, separate verticals or practice units, wherein they can have that focused, conversations, and ask them, can we have our students joining this, and where we can train them, where you can really collaborate with us in terms of, training our students.
Thank you, Sharwari. So I have moderated few more questions, but most of them you have addressed in the previous question. So I am left with one final question. One final, question to all of you. This is common to all of you. If you could offer one piece of advice to this student sitting in front of you, who will be entering this workforce about how to prepare for the increasing presence of HR technology, and what would it be?
I will come back to my earlier statement that technologies are not something you should be sticking to. Always be innovative, always be open to learn because that's the only key. Because things are going to change, it's volatile, it's going to change every time. So just be open to learn and adapt to the situations. And if you're thinking from the HR perspective, try to empathize with the employees of your organization, what challenges they might be facing with, because the tech industry is supposed to be innovative. How being an HR you can help your employees to get into that innovative mindset. So what kind of learning, collaboration, kind of avenues you can provide to them being an HR is something that you can think always.
It's not an advice, but my experience and what I've seen. See, this technology, right attitude, all of that is given. It will be there. First is don't get bogged down. There is no pressure. There is no hurry. First, you know, relax. Think what you really want to do. And believe me, organizations, we are ready. We will not give you this 4 or 5 hours training program. Now we are also creative and innovative, wherein we will give you 10 minutes, 15 minutes videos and everything. So we are equipped. It's just that we need your focused attention and your time, wherein you can really build. And we are there to enable you. So don't get bogged down. I can only say that. Rest of it is going to happen. Don't worry.
Just try to keep it quick one. So, do has anyone go out for some outing or vacation or something? Do you guys might be chalo, if I take an example, do you guys go to Lonavala just for an outing? So what is more important? Reaching Lonavala is important or a drive till Lonavala is important? Yeah. So same way, don't think about placements. Don't think about what am I going to do 2 years down the line. Enjoy the journey that you are going through right now at this point of time. I'm sure if you enjoy the journey, you will have more, I think, fruitful outcome and not, or might be you'll be able to achieve your goal or objective, whatever that you have decided for yourself. That is number one. Number two, I have a daughter, 12-year-old. So, looking at her characteristics and her attitude, I'm, trying to share that with you. Guys, don't look for shortcuts. Okay. I'm sure I think you are in that Maggie world. You want that success in 2 minutes. Okay. That as soon as I go into the organization, I should get a 20 lakhs package. I should be a senior president or a vice president. Don't go for success so fast. I think there's a beautiful saying, right? Like Rome was not built in a day. Okay. It takes time for success. So have that patience. You do hard work. I think a lot of people, whenever I ask for the interview, smart work or hard work, they say smart work. But smart work will happen when there is a lot of hard work that has taken place in the past. Then only you can think about smart work. But that is a reason there is no shortcut to success. Hard work is the only way. In fact, I can give you umpteen examples. Okay, a lot of iPhone products are there. Who is the founder of Apple? Steve Jobs, one of the very successful person. But have you even gone through his autobiography? Try to see once the kind of hard work, the kind of difficulties, that adversities that he has passed through. He has faced everything with positivity, with a lot of creativity. And today what we say is like having an Apple product, or might be, what, Apple is one of the successful organization. Even same thing, if I take, because right now test match is going on, so that is the reason, let me quote an example of cricket. Sachin Tendulkar. It was not a simple cakewalk for him that he came and he became a master blaster and he became a successful person on day one. Try to see the hard work, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, going to Shivaji Park for his practice at the age of 12, 13, when there were no mobile phones that time. Okay, so your family does not even know where you are. Okay, but still, a lot of hard work has gone into that. If I take Mahatma Gandhi ji, independence was not something ke British ko bola or independence ho gaya. There's a lot of hard work that has gone into it. Same thing, learn from all this, guys. Hard work is the only way. Some people ask me when I go for a sessions that do we have a work-life balance? I'm like, what are you talking about? At the age of 21, 22, you're talking about work-life balance. This is a time where you have to give maximum time for your growth, for your success, and for your career. Don't talk about work life at this point of time. I'll work for 9 hours and then I'll have fun. This is a time, invest more. Like the tree which is tall, the only reason is because roots काफी अंदर है. That is the reason the tree is tall, and now it's giving the fruits. Guys. So that is the reason. I would my piece of advice would be, uh, have your focus mindset in terms of what you want to be. Enjoy your journey. A lot of hard work, patience is required, and most importantly, passion is required. Because if you have a passion, I'm sure your performance will certainly be very high. If there is no passion, I'm sure I think that will not help you out. In fact, in the industry also, I think the question is not there, but let me put across, I'll take only 20 seconds. When somebody asks that, what do you expect when a candidate sits in front of you? Do you expect a good CGPA or whatever? I'm like, no, I just expect whether the candidate is passionate and energetic to join my organization. If he or she has the energy and the passion, I'm sure I'll be able to give whatever training is required to groom that person, and he or she will be able to be a top performer. But that passion and energy is required. If that is there, I'm sure you are game. So this is what I think few of the things which I would like to share.
Yes, Gaurav, I totally agree. See, whenever two things what you mentioned about, enjoying the journey, this is must. But same time, focus is the second part of it. You have to be have very focused of what you want to achieve in life. I'll give you an example. When I wanted to do my research, I know that 3 years are going to be a big task for me. I resigned from all that association which I was organization which I was associated with. Maybe ISACA, Information System Audit Control Association. I was there on the board. I resigned. I was there on many other organizations, as chairman, secretary. I resigned everything because I wanted to focus on my research. Okay. Now today, after completing the doctorate, I wanted to do a law. I had taken admission. Morning 5 o'clock I get up. 6 o'clock I go to gym. 7:30 I come back. 8 o'clock I go to college. 10:30 I leave. 11 o'clock I go to office. 7 o'clock I leave. I am managing my time. My wife says, you don't do all those things. Why you require all these things? But I have got passion. Okay, so focus, passion, and learning. Enjoy the journey. Leave aside. There may be, you may be associated with many other things. Building ka group, college ka group, nukkad wala group, some other cricket, football, cricket, many things. When you have a big goal in life, you see what is that priorities you have to set, and then accordingly work. Time is the constant. You have only 12 hours, of your day. Rest 12, remaining 12 hours, you have to sleep, you have to eat, right? You have to spend time with your family. So you set your priorities as well while being a focus and enjoy the journey as is rightly said. So I think I have done with all the questions because many of questions unattended has been attended by you all in the previous question and answer session. I would like to open up this forum for questions, maybe one or two, because of the time constraint to the students. Be vocal, come out with your questions because we have the talent, more than 80 years of experience on the dais. Please put your relevant questions to them.
That is going to be the fact. Okay. AI can do whatever looking at the past, it cannot do what a future is going to be there because human intelligence and the presence of humans are always going to be there. Now coming to your question, whether your profile is going to be relevant for the AI to consider you for the job, if I understand your question correctly, I would say you have to put it in a context which might be the AI will be able to realize a lot of value out of your profile. Okay, in terms of what your experience has been and how is that experience going to help to the future organization you're going to join. Like for example, I come from the organization, we have a unit called TCS ION, which is the education business unit of the organization. They require a lot of people who come from the academic background. Now, it shows that this person will be able to add a lot of value to the profile that we have. I'm sure I think there will be a good match that will happen. And certainly you'll get a call in terms of, come here for an interview, and that is how the process will go on. So it's all about context, it's all about prompt, and how do you put yourself. I think that will be really helpful. So I think it's a very beautiful question. I think a lot of new students should also be taking care of it. Just don't put all those regular things which are coming up. You need to use those words, which because nowadays, as I mentioned, the sourcing, it's not a manual sourcing; it's a machine automated sourcing that takes place. So it will find for the key words which are there in your resume. So you have to be very careful in terms of designing your resume and put it in such a way that it becomes an definitely what is the selection part for the AI to go ahead and give you that interview call. So I think that will be very much required. But again, the demand will always be there, irrespective of whether it is AI, or BI, or BI, whatever it is, nothing can replace HR, human intelligence.
So I'll just add to what Gaurav and Sharvari said. What AI is going to impact in coming days is that, those who don't know AI will have to go out of the business. That is but for sure. Who will stay is those people, people like you, young people who adopted AI, and people like a senior who has the wisdom. Because AI is judgmental. Okay, so who will decide? You will be people who will put forth the judgmental thing to us, to AI, and AI to us, and we will are the people with that experience, with that wisdom, who is going to select the best out of five answers. Okay, or select the right answer of among the all the other right answers. So that is how. So you have to adopt AI anyway, because you have a long way to go. The in between people, the between 30 to 45 age, those who have not adopted AI will have to go out of the business. That is what I feel, going forward. Just to address your question. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Okay. So I think Lakshmi, should we conclude this? Yeah. So you can give an vote of thanks to all these eminent speakers.
I sincerely thank all the panelists for providing their valuable insights. It's been an eye opener for all of us. And what we can take away from this session is the fact that we have to be market ready. We have to know what are the changing trends in the industry and be ready to unlearn, relearn, and proceed all over again. Now, before we sort of conclude the first panel, I would like to call upon Dr. Meenakshi Nandula to present a token of appreciation to Ms. Vijaya Ganguly. I would also request ma'am to present a token of appreciation to Ms. Sharvari Lingayat. Thank you, Meenakshi ma'am. I would now like to request Dr. Pushpa Mahapatra ma'am to present a token of appreciation to Mr. Gaurav Gilani. And also to Dr. Shankar Gavde, the moderator for the panel discussion. Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to invite Mr. Imran Saeed to proceed with the program.
Good morning, one and all. I am Professor Imran, faculty Vidyalankar Polytechnic Computers Department. We would soon start with the second session, that is Future of Work Trends in Marketing, Advertising and Media. So after that wonderful session, which has given us a brief idea about how AI could change the HR scenario down the line and how we could be market ready, which could certainly help us in living up to the expectations of the industry. Now, moving ahead, we now move into second panel discussion for the day. In an era defined by rapid technological advancements and shifting consumer dynamics, the marketing and media landscape is constantly evolving. This session aims to explore how these industries are adapting, what lies ahead, and how business can stay competitive in this fast-changing environment. We are fortunate to have four remarkable speakers with us today, each bringing unique expertise and perspectives to this discussion. Let me take a moment to introduce them to you. First, we have Mr. Naveen Talreja. He has a unique expertise in account management. He's striving for growth in client business. And when it comes to creative work, he's an absolute warrior. He co-founded The Warm and has led it to become #1 ranked independent, most expensive agency in the region and among top 10 globally. Most effective. Before he co-founded The Warm, Naveen was on board of Ogilvy in India and ran Ogilvy Mumbai. Under his stewardship, Ogilvy Mumbai was among the top 10 agencies, creating the best work around the world, Adweek, and top 3 on the FE Worldwide Index 3 years in a row. Also, he has also served across prestigious juries over the years, including final round jury at the APACFEs. This balance between the left and the right brain has helped The Warm create a lot of sharp work, one of which is Saregama Caravan, a product innovation awarded the world's most effective campaign 2018. Naveen champions how to win business without a pitch at The Warm. He is also a strong advocate and a spokesperson for dealing with mental health issues in the industry. After hours, Naveen is also a well-known theater and television actor with shows on Netflix, Amazon, Disney Hotstar, among others. May I quickly invite Naveen sir to kindly be on the stage. Next up, we have Mr. Neeraj Shukla, DGM People and Culture at the Belgium Waffle Company. Neeraj is an accomplished HR leader with extensive experience in driving people-centric strategies that support organizational growth and foster positive workplace culture. With a proven track record in talent management, employee management, and leadership management, Neeraj has successfully led initiatives that align business objectives with employee well-being and performance. Passionate about innovative HR practices, the Belgium Waffle Company is dedicated to harnessing technology and data-driven insights to make informed, impactful decisions. In this role as DGM, People and Culture at the Belgium Waffle Company, he and his team continue to champion diversity, inclusivity, and meaningful employee experiences that empower teams to excel. May I quickly invite Neeraj sir to kindly take the seat. Next, let us welcome Kalpan Desai, ET Emerging HR Leader Awardee and ex-Vice President, Sony Pictures. Mr. Kalpan Desai, an HR leader with nearly 2 decades of experience in BFSI technology and media sectors, renowned for his strategic HR initiatives and international exposure. Kalpan has significantly contributed to brands like Sony Pictures, Viacom 18, and Jana Bank. Honored with Economic Times Emerging HR Leader Award, Iconic HR Leadership Award, and the HR 40 Under 40 honor, he is also a jury member of the World Teen Parliament and recognized as a top voice of HR on LinkedIn. Kalpan has last held the position for Vice President HR at Sony Pictures. May I quickly invite Kalpan sir to kindly come on the stage. And finally, we have Mr. Shripad Kulkarni, co-founder, readytobemom.com, ex-CEO, Visium, a Dentsu media company. Mr. Shripad Kulkarni has more than 30 years of experience in marketing and media. He is an independent advisor in marketing and media, as well as the founder of Ready to Be Mom, a very ambitious startup in women's healthcare sector. He was the CEO of Visium, a Dentsu media company, and Percept Media, which he started from the beginning. He has worked with a gamut of brands at different stages of development, from well-established brands like Fevicol, Asian Paints, HUL, and BMW, to newer brands like Fortune Foods, Yes Bank, Airbnb, Shop Clues, and Caprese. Shripad Shripad has witnessed the evolution of media and marketing from using traditional tools like JWT Plan and Scientific Calculator to utilizing AI for creating comprehensive Marcom and media plans. Mr. Shripad Kulkarni will moderate the sessions. So I would request Shripad Kulkarni sir to kindly come on the stage. And may I please request sir to take over the proceedings.
Am I audible everywhere?
See, we basically are sandwiches between your lunch. See, probably you now understand from the panel that you've been in and this panel, right? That's media space. So it's gonna be different, and that's how it is, right? So I believe so. So let me help you with Sripad's question is while you be hearing a lot of speakers, right? And we will share our knowledge, whatever we have. But it'll be great if we can hear what you were expecting to hear and what you want to derive out of this session will help us to drive our discussion and messages on those lines. And rather than sharing our gyan, probably might not help you at this stage, right? Or might not help you if you're looking to get into campus or what should I be focusing on in my career or skills other than what is important in the college. That will help you, right? So that's where he's coming from. Question. Shoot. There's nothing right, there's nothing wrong. People who ask questions will always, you know, move ahead in life. That's what simple thing is.
we are going to the factory, putting the order, and we don't want to wait for the you just want that order to just start, right? That instant, the market has changed, where everyone, customer has been able to out there. I see that, so all stages are like the industry are really taking it because of the help of the technology, the help of automation, the help of AI. But the same time, because instead of the service industry, we have to take care of people and the play a very important role. Where technology sometimes, we have a lot of experiments, we have in R&D, artificial all, where we are able to, take around 20 minutes to make one walk of one walk of scientific. With the help of technology, with the help of R&D, what we focusing on the product and service part. So what I think the young generation is very good joining because I think yesterday I did some I think for campus and I'm doing the campus in last 10 years and having young people in the campus, they are joining them. They are saying this idea, their thoughts and their why they want to work with us. While working them, what I have observed that like commercial or commercial specific, right? If people join the company, I think that they are very interesting all the time. They are in a hurry, they are in a rush. I understand sometimes everyone has some conspiracy to achieve. But I suggest that understand first the company, understand the organization, understand the people around you, right? Understand the process, understand the system. Then, start coming up with the more specific ideas which can actually work for our organization. Because if you think that, for organization also the employees are their first customer. And if the organization is not able to keep the employees happy, the employees cannot turn the customer happy. Right? So, these are a lot of challenges, making sure that, the same time employees are happy and employers are happy. Right? So, a lot of challenges actually also, but the one thing that we have to, having one thing to follow to when you can make for the job or anything or anything you're planning in your career, anything, right? I think it's maybe job, for example, for a job, join the company, do a topic education. Right? Understand, ask why, what, why, then, how, where. Right? Clear to you. And be passionate. Right? And काम वही करो तो मैं क्यों always do that, काम वही करो जिसमें मजा ना आए काम में. Look for others that change you, interest, right? Sometimes होता है freedom करना, sometimes it is difficult to get you. But I always say that, interest नहीं है ना, to increase that interest, do something so that you become, start having interest in that area. But I think that, whenever you are talking your organization for these challenges, because you guys are young leaders, you are the future leaders, and the organizations are looking for because you are excellent in technology adoption, right? You know how to use technology already. You are good in research and marketing nowadays, and we have to see that, in our day, हम कभी मुंबई का marketing नहीं करते थे, but nowadays they are used to they are having the international market. Right, about the industries, about the companies. So I have a good knowledge in all. I always recommend that while coming up with, good knowledge, good skills, be passionate about your work and always follow discipline wherever you want. Because discipline is the only one thing. I'm not saying that go everywhere. No, I'm not saying go and say someone serving, I don't know, this is not your discipline. I'm saying discipline about you. Follow some morality, that you're not going to compromise. Right? Make sure that you have some morality, and no matter what is good, I'm not going to compromise. cover everything from the expert perspective. Cover everything from the research perspective. I'll go very vague. So I'll not cover the exact part of it to be very honest. I just took the flows from what they were saying. And few things with the reference. So let me start by contradicting and not the contradicting and what it was really said was regular clarity. Right? So the coverage is regular clarity and sometimes even sustainable. That's what I'm saying. Right? But it's very clear. I think the concept is that how you think to work and a lifestyle. Right? So different details different details the life and career is also some part. The part, the part, the life, the lifestyle, temporary, and etc. The life of that body. So when you have a career around sometimes you have to go in positive way. That is what very clear. And therefore, not different body is what is the right? That's life. That is good. That is clarity. The second one is what is balance. That is your life. That's why we will focus your life. That is that is the very successful. So you also mentioned very likely. What the concept concept working hours is not a life. It is very time, but also the moderator always said I was taking the morning go to the this is time. This is very balanced. It is a kind of thing that after coming for more than or everything in the life. Right? So that is very important. Just be very clear about it. Right? Whatever the focus that point in time in your life is basically your work and that's the life balance. If you don't spend time to achieve that, then you are basically not having your life balance. Simple as that. Just be very clear. Right? Second, when it comes to capital, right? One important thing I think what to look for is reason. So what we look for. Right? What we look for is purely need. Right? You don't expect to come with nothing you are expecting. Right? You have a skill. You don't reject because you don't have a skill. And you kind of what is focus? What is focus? And then concern level 90 really focus. You want to keep very well. You look at expectation very well. I will continue talking about it. Simple. Right? I want something in my ability. Right? Because you really are a little system about seven days. Not like to do. Like they are after the life, I think we will come into a management level. You think about what always. क्या करूँ और क्या करूँ तो मुझे कैंपस में आ रही है और क्या करूँ always that can happen strategy as well right sometimes in modeling strategy will happen two ways the first focus is why focus is the core and then the what right be very clear where I want to be and ऐसा नहीं होगा कि basically you know क्या कहते हैं possible for you here this is what it is कोई भी कंपनी ऐसी है I think for that I will basically you know give an interview so here particularly for you is to basically start discussing on the industry. Which industries are growing like this industry will go for next 5 to 10 years, right? And for that, what I need to develop other than my education background, right? In that, which are the top 10 companies in India, right? From that, are there any companies coming to my campus, right? If not, which other companies are coming to my campus? How do I prepare for those 2 to 3 companies only? Not every company cannot. Simple. Focus on why. Focus on which industry, which company, what area, like marketing, HR, finance, and start preparing them. For either way, so I'm sure SIT you know already, right? It's a very brilliant tool. So it's not even, yeah, it's not even 10% of it. So don't stress on that. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not talking here. I'm saying you basically need to think that at a previous stage. Don't focus everything on AI right now, right? I'm sure it's going to build up. But focus on other areas, right? Why is something definitely right? And your discipline has to be around it. When you bring the focus, why, discipline, aim, it's important thing. There is no hope, solve basically what you aspire. Simple, right? Think that the work-life balance is right and oh, balance over. Priority life like that. So we love to work. That is not very basically like the ticket. I'm sure. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah. Yeah. So I basically, I am an income profession. Weekends I drive bike, irrespective. Right, so I go on bike there, you know, in here. And it's not about, I need to go for a drive on weekend. That's what my, the day is clear. Right, biking is my passion. I love riding. I do bike and play here. Like, कैसा लगेगा क्या लगेगा doesn't matter. I love my life. I really enjoy it. Anyway, I'm a photographer. I shoot for actually Instagram, right? I do that. When I take out time, that's what it is. It's a work. I love my life. And nowadays we have changed the state, the changing state in data navigation, right? It's not only important that you have data, but it's equally important that how you use the data. Reading the data and understanding the data is very, very important because that data will help you decide the next course of action. If you really want to define that what will be next, you want to tackling with the challenges or problems, you have to find a solution. To find out the solution, solutions say, so they will say that don't jump on the solution first. First identify the core problem. Right? The core problem once you identify, you find out the solution. So data always helps. AI always AI is everywhere. I don't say that it's only started with one industry. Let's take the example of education industry, let's take the example of service, agriculture, food, everywhere we have there is an impact of AI. But what Naveen has said is really fact that we should not, we should not be scared of it. We should be happy. For example, let's take the example of phone. Right? In 2007 or 9, it was a very good smartphone. After that, it got this smartphone. Initially, the people were, they had a lot of scarcity. I can use my phone banking, the account should be hacked and everything. But nowadays, everyone is using, right? Everyone is using Google and phone. So most of the time, right? So this is how AI is making our life easy and how we have to become habitual. Again, there is a say, right? Practice makes you no. Perfect practice makes you perfect. So your practice should be in a line, aligned with the goal. Right? It is not like I want to become a bowler and practicing batting. Right? That will not take me there. So make sure that you are in the right practice, right way, and understanding the things which is coming, which are future. So let's not worry about this. Happy education and future आपको काम करना सीखो वो आपको रिजल्ट देगा. Trust me. When you say I will say about the player, and it is really, really helpful and very convenient and making the job very easy for all. I have a question. Stop, experiment, learn new things. Because today, AI is tomorrow will be something else. Something blockchain is in process. Take over, you make them blockchain, more of blockchain. You don't know, right? So that's really important. What's important to understand AI is from the so AI is a tool, remember, right? It to do is a job. Let me know what you want to say. But in India, everything is available. India data processing unit, right? That's what AI is, right? So basically, right now, in looking at the future where we need to have AI making decisions out of the data, is learning from past, and the decision making by AI is not come yet. It's way too fast, right? Happening, but way too fast, right? So right now you have API, API, etc. So start learning in those areas, very important. How many of you here have made resume? Okay. You are not made resume. In resume, I thought you went down. One, what's your second year? Not made your resume. So, how have you made your resume? Have you made my own? Document में किसने resume बनाया? What doc? Full set of drafts किया? अरे presentation PPT में किसने resume बनाया? Creator. More about the creator. Who knows that AI analytics for resume? आठ परसेंट बता कौन सा आपको पता होगा कि कौन सा बोलेगा करेक्ट so that's okay. So these are basically NLP, right? You have an resume.ai, then you can build your resume. You have NLP, which basically optimizes your resume for ATSs, respective to companies and JD, right? Where AI will basically go on your resume, where this will come into picture because the skill set, what does AI will done? That's matching both skill set. और क्या करते हैं? कुछ नहीं करता, right? It's a flaw thing, but it is the thing. It's a work going, right? So you need to start working on that, right? PPT. You can enter campaign is made. So PPT is a very simple thing, right? There's a beautiful thing called presentation.ai, right? I made my lead, basically. के अंदर क्या कितना लिखना है? I want to get into my head. I wrote one page a doc, uploaded on presentation.ai. I want 20 slides out of it, right? So I need to put into category. I said one doc, make me 20 slides with headers, and I want it very short, precise. And saved it to Word, uploaded it on presentation.ai. I said 20 slider. Please make this. It is done. But it's not 5 minutes and done. Okay. But somebody is hard. So you need to go through it. Always remember, right? It's not flawless. So very important, very critical. So I expect to hear is how many of you have Netflix subscription? How many of you have WhatsApp subscription? मतलब माँ बाप के पास है यार चलो इतना सर्विंग हो जाता है nobody has so how many don't have OTT subscription how many of you have mobile पैसा कौन करता है खुद करता है पेरेंट्स करते हैं वेरी गुड खुद करते हो तो फाइन दैट mobile bill and your OTT bill start investing in this. It's not very if I see the cost, what? Don't know what you can bring and bring in your project submission, presentation, resume. It's investment. Okay. Correct. And it's there. Also from campus, everything is one format.
That's exactly the beauty of it. You will never be prepared of what's coming and what's coming with all the mindset. Correct? Simple. Therefore, AI is definitely complementary AI. Right? Do not lose your originality. वो स्लाइड का ट्रांजिशन बनाना है, राइट? कलर का कैसा करना है, डिजाइन कैसे करनी है, यू नो ऑल दैट स्टफ रेडीमेड फॉर यू, बट कंटेंट तो पहले तुम्हें ही बनाना है. व्हाट यू वांट आउट ऑफ इट तुम्हें ही बनाना है, राइट? So that is very important, very critical. Simple. Just one thing. AI can help. But AI will always have a important. Please remember that. And one thing I just wanted to tell you is that we are a part of AI. How do we have social media? Everyone, you are part of AI. How does AI work actually? For example, model it can go to the account, it will show you something related to, for example, one by the surface. So you are looking for videos and photos of your partner, right? So that you should observe this is how AI works. AI is not a rocket science. It is just the result of your behavior of an individual, behavior of data, behavior of user analysis of things. So whatever we do, right? For example, in hiring practices, like sourcing resume, while sourcing a resume, how to see that you will take for contact, so one person. This will not take away. So AI is nothing, it's the result of behavior analysis. It might be individual, it might be group, it might be data, it might be traffic, it might be sales, anything. In our day-to-day life, we are part of AI, we are not aware. So AI is giving you data. It will replace you. So Sunday morning, maybe I have to take a TV. Zomato, I mean, वो भी आपकी next Sunday morning, I will click on here. It will send you a notification. You have Sunday morning, it will arrive. So they reveal your behavior. So reading pattern, understand, this is there. Nothing else. So they are reading your behavior pattern and bringing it to the IoT matrix. Moving, there is matrix. And you have so basically line and definition as for clearly that you are with us, you are with us. Yeah, I think you go on. Waiting. My point was exactly that. What's wrong with you? The person has exactly a trait to get into creative work. Not the like if there is some of I have started, but it's not like people go and take the definitely you need to have your LinkedIn up to date. Yeah, LinkedIn is the one that starts to go and say about the company, but not for your business. Everybody what you are, you have to I say always that what you are, you have to showcase at the time of investment. If you showcase your well, you crack the interview, but not necessarily don't check it. For example, I went MICA. Background and no, that MICA event, I said I love art. Right? Love art. Yeah, you showcase it your work, right? And you have some art work. You can have things of art. I had our coding game, which is what it's channel, right? It's not a full art of that. So that's what it is. It helps. It doesn't help. But that's the focus. Focus. Something why? Why so many interest?
You can change. That is okay. I don't think it matters today. Your question. No, no, I. FIR. There are these also you have to complete your work. Assembly done, right? Working on the own. FIR is Indian culture. इसमें टाइम लंबा लग जाता है. I work in Canada, you can't take the country for. That's what it is. 8 hours is more than enough to pull any project or any target and get it done for yourself. How do I align? How do I align? How do I align to the organization? What doesn't match it? है ऐसे मजे है तो आपको गारंटी करना है तो अगर मजे आप काम ज़्यादा करते हो कर सकते हो आपका चॉइस है यू वर्क यू वांट टू गो for me as a manager it doesn't matter how much time you work because you ask you until the time has come of a deadline to share status. हमने बिल्कुल वीडियो हैश को है आपको टच को I was just asking I was the last agent बोलेगा आपके नहीं नहीं फाइनल वर्ड है लास्ट वर्ड है आखिरी आएगा Because God is God of good and is God and so I just want to explain the answer, right, to ask you, as compared to earlier, for 10 years, 20 years to one organization here, now people are not getting even in the one, right, why trend has been taken. So I just wanted to answer it with one very, we call it RRR, not the South Indian movie, but it's like RRR, this is the revolution I'm talking about, how it has been. First was very, so I'm just talking about three generations here. You can try to understand. So first generation before 90, right? Very responsive, right? Like the employee, before 90, like I think that my mom died. She used to work that time का मैं सोचा हूँ. अगर घर के मैनेजर सारे हैं, taking the home, the manager is going to come in, giving more respect, पूरा घर अच्छे से समझाओ, अच्छा खाना बनाओ, सब कुछ करो, पर मैं मैनेजर very responsive. Manager has given the work, I'm getting that. I'm the person who's getting that. Right? And you can forget that it's very responsive everything. Opportunity comes to competition comes out, but again, they were very responsive at that time. And we're talking about, right, one, three generation, how that is done, how they have worked with. Second generation has come, they are romantic. Right? Responsible here, but now they become a romantic. They are going out on dates with their manager. Right? Going for having dinner. Like apart from the work, they're also having a discussion in the personal life, social life. They are meeting each other, knowing each other, right? Apart from work, the personal life, they understand. And they're active in that. That was second generation. Now the third generation is very reactive. Right? Manager ने कुछ बोला मेरे manager को काम नहीं आता. मैंने manager को पता ही नहीं करना क्या है. I know that. He is not the right manager. Most of the time working HR, for more than 40 years, now people are saying, my manager doesn't know. Very reactive thing. So our thought process is also getting evolving, like change the industry has evolved, processes and system and a lot of practices have been involved in time. Our thought process also has been. So this is one area I just want to explain to you. I said no part, but this actually has been happening in the last. If you ask your grandparents, ask your parents, and ask yourself for your people around you who are working, it's still in the history. Earlier it was responsive, then become romantic, and now it is like reactive. Right? I need the answer. We are very impatient. Something happens. We are reactive towards it. Overthinking, that's one of the challenges. And also, this is not wrong also. When I talk to youth people, like when I talk to young people, I understand you have a lot of other experiences, which is not getting fulfilled by one of the organizations, and the risk is also high. Or somewhere the relation का कुछ है जब expectations thinking होती है, right? Relationship कभी आगे जाता है जब हम एक दूसरे को समझते हैं और कुछ भी हो किसी भी प्रॉब्लम को उसे समझ के काट ले जाते हैं. It's like marriage in India, right? It goes for a long time. Like अभी तक तो चल रहा है. It goes for a long time. Right? We understand it. Whatever आपकी weakness, मेरी weakness, we understand it go for a long time. But आज वो काफी कम. You don't want to understand. मुझे occasion मिला, I see. मुझे respect नहीं मिला, I see. मुझे recognition नहीं मिला, I see. And number of reasons for living. But one universal reason I always say that people never see the company in the that He doesn't make sense. One second, right? That's one thing. Secondly, guys, because somebody works here and me, definitely, right? Always a friend, always a especially I will. But there is a something that one specific based on one person that one directed and it's second one. That's the way क्या होता है क्या आप लोग बोलते हैं after something and I give a height, right? And ignore somebody who's already in the system. So I will definitely visit and visit the president at least 2 years. 2 years I am thinking that it's standard norm now. People will move. That's an acceptable. There are social challenges sometimes happen. So why not? There will be maybe jump हो सकता है. But it cannot be consistent. It can be one of two of two. It depends on lot of things. Yes, it does. Thank you for waiting. One more. Like you have to know what both are one from the same school, right? You also learn communication, good behavior, and how to the manager also knows the thing. So the objective is that the manager बनाए वो अच्छा positive like so I actually from a HR manager perspective you know after I think you to hire people you are the what kind of what kind of leader you have looking for a job, what your astrology is a strategic Indian concept. When the planets are paid, right? अगर तेरे 10 काम कर देंगे तो तुझे जॉब मिलेगा. That's what astrology says. You want to redeem it? इसका पर आइडिया है आप मतलब बिल्कुल से प्रोग्राम होगा. No, it's talking astrology staff and zodiac is all name of the world. Second world, starting करना है. लाल है लाल किताब पढ़ो या इंटर गुलमन पढ़ो उसी बात है सर. So in one thing, but then just like go about it. Simple. I think very good thing है. Correct. Possible नहीं है. कभी आपका टाइम खराब चल रहा है. खराब चल रहा है. उसमें क्या हम आपको हायर करेंगे. It will be a good person later on. You can build an empire then. So आज की सिचुएशन को देख के ना आदमी को कैसे मार्केट but it's very important. Example, you have called as care, form of assessment. So there are different ways of understanding the meaning of the activity. So let's just interpret that yourself. And then that is yourself. How will you as a leader? How will you as a teacher? So have an understanding of yourself. That is exactly what comes out. And it's very accurate. But it's not good. Very accurate. Right? Learn from data area. Very good. So that's how it is. That's what about everybody. अंदर का स्वभाव ऐसा होगा वास्तव में people like
You never will find out. Yeah, yeah. Connect from more and power assessment. Yeah, right. I love astrology. All ideas are good ideas. Best idea which can be simple. अगर लग रहा है सही है तो इसमें इंटेंट में पॉसिबल नहीं है। इंटरव्यू में मतलब जब बैठ के सामने काम है तब वो भी लेके नहीं बैठ सकते। आपका दोनों होगा तो यूज कर सकते हैं विद प्रूवन रिजल्ट। And I probably I think what is there. I'm not sure that I will be there. So now I market and we are going to figure out. Now these questions, why marketing? Unless you're a startup, why do you need marketing? Because I will explain to you the product is there. Why do we spend so much in marketing? For example, marketing, finding references. Doesn't mean marketing. We won't see quality ads. However, just taking forward, we started pricing in 2007. And one was the police price. Imagine the amount of money that was spent on IPL 50 years. Unfortunately, since 2007, since 2024, the one the world is 19 has unusually 40 years. With so much of things around, market around, so much of money involved. If the market is involved, everything, it will be what we do best together. You putting a comparison, you're flying, that an IPL basically concept, so that platform, you should be paying more World Cup. World Cup is a BCCA event. This is that IPL event, this is BCCA event. IPL is brought to India and was made. So when you were the first one to brought big IPL, right? It's not the how the sports entertainment industry has developed, right? What it's nothing to do with World Cup. All the everything product, when you study a product, all your information
Perfect example of testing and escalation in code. That's how it was the fourth idea. That's why it's been more successful in India. Fourth idea is a easy one knowing that. But coming to the second one, the no name was really worked out. But you have to get what? But all I think, but you know, so many people, they have come out of IT. They are already there on IT. And thankfully, while now they are living very, focused or whatever, tournament. So because they know they are not interested in the only a roster and the user and sustain for system transformation. आज मैं IPL में I can focus my talent and I am there in either select limelight of field etc. And I know I can replace it.
That's the word. Competition. Amul butter does not need advertising. To be very honest. Why? You know why? In purpose. There is purpose. My business does this product is not my better. I will do benefit and all to my client. That's what is objective is. Some of this I will do that on my network. Don't I think अभी बात करो मैं बोल रहा हूँ बात करो Thank you. Thank you.